Hey everybody, this is Etienne Sin. This is the 4th installment of Scream School. Please go back to the other videos, part 1, part 2, and part 3, to go watch what I said and what we discussed, because this lesson is building straight off of what I said before. This lesson is going to be pretty short. We're only going to go over a few things. Part 1, my personal questions that I've been getting from you guys and my responses. Part 2, the wrong way to scream and the right way to scream. I'm going to show you guys exactly what's wrong and what's right. And the third part, my personal recommended techniques to improve your screams and to fix the problems that you guys have been having specifically. Before we continue with this lesson, I would like to say one thing that you guys should write down. You should post it up on your wall, put it on Facebook, on YouTube, put it everywhere. This piece of information is very important. Don't inhale scream! Alright. I think we covered that for today. Moving on. Okay, part 1. Your questions to me and my suggestions and answers to those questions. A lot of you have problems with getting a clear sound out of your low screams. I get it's either muted, airy, dry, or not low enough. Some of you say it comes out as a whisper. Let's start off with not being low enough. A lot of people have been asking me, oh, I want to sound like Whitechapel, or I want to sound like this band or that band who does really brutal lows. But what I tell them in response is to use what you have naturally. Some people are tenors, some people are basses. It goes bass, baritone, tenor, alto, and soprano. If you're a soprano, you're not going to be able to hit bass notes. If you're a bass, you're not going to be able to hit soprano notes. Usually people who have the bass voice type can hit all these low notes, unless you have a very wide vocal range. If you have a range of about 5 octaves, I'm sure you can hit anything from down here all the way up to the soprano notes up here. But for those of you who don't have big ranges and you want to go down low, just don't try to force it out. The reason being, if you force your lows out, you're going to wind up hurting yourself. Now, we don't want that. Remember this one piece of information that I'm going to tell you right now. Your voice is not like any other instrument. It's not like a guitar, where you break a string, you can go buy one and replace it. If you damage something in your larynx, it's going to hurt. And it's not easily replaced or healed. You're going to have to get surgery. So please take care of your voice and take care of yourself. Second, a lot of people have been telling me that their low scream, and their screams in general, have been muted sounding, like they're screaming through a pillow. That could be a few things: your mouth positioning, your larynx control, or your airflow from your diaphragm. So all of those things, mouth positioning, larynx control, and diaphragm airflow, we'll talk about that a little later. Let's move on to the third thing that people have been asking me. People have been telling me that their scream is too airy, or it's coming out as a whisper. To me, that means that you're letting way too much air out on your initial scream. So now that I told you all that shit, I hope you wrote it down. Okay, enough with the questions. Let's move right on to the second part, where I show you the wrong way to scream and the right way to scream. I'm just gonna actually show you the wrong way and the right way. Why it's wrong and why it's right. A lot of people here on YouTube, or anywhere really, just don't show you. I'm the type of person that likes to learn by doing. Here is an example of a low scream done the wrong way. Did you hear how it had no support? Did you hear how it was muted? Kind of sounded weak and dull. Yes, this is the international sign for weak. There was control in the larynx, the distortion was there, but there was no airflow and support supporting it. Now here's an example of the same pitch. It's going to be a low scream the right way. No combination, no chemistry, for your own way. Now, did you hear how it had support at the bottom? That's the airflow that you need. You can do this with any pitch whatsoever. Here's the same thing with a high scream, the wrong way. Now, with a high scream, listen to the right way. You get the picture. Alright, now so we're gonna go over mouth positioning, airflow, and larynx control. Okay, Etienne, so what do you mean by larynx control, diaphragm and airflow control, and mouth positioning? That sounds dirty. Again, please go back to part 2 where I talk about diaphragm control. Go watch part 3 to learn how to control your larynx. And this part is not just about, oh, go watch my other videos. This is an important factor in screaming, and a lot of people don't know it. Mouth positioning. Most of the time, screamers don't know that this is a factor. To create the brutalness of things, or the dullness of things, you have to shape your mouth to do so. It depends what you're going for. Next time you're screaming, move your mouth around, and you'll see the difference immediately. Now, most of you know that shit already. I'm gonna tell you a bit of information that a lot of people don't know. The tongue. The tongue is very important for any kind of vocalization. It could either make it or get in the way. Depending on where it is, could affect the complete sound of your scream. Again, so the next time you're screaming, move your tongue around. Put it on the bottom of your teeth, the middle of your mouth, mess with it, curl it around if you want. I wouldn't recommend curling it around and stuff while you're screaming. You're just gonna sound like a Chewbacca or something. Anyway, here's some mouth positioning exercises. That was a dull scream. Now here is a twangy scream. Anyway, now that you guys have seen the right way and wrong way, you can go on your little YouTube thing and bring the little bar back and watch it again. So if you rewind the video and play it again and watch it and keep watching it, if you don't get it then, there is going to be a 5th part to the Scream School series, and there might be a DVD. I'm hinting that there's going to be a DVD. You guys should go pick up that DVD. Alright people, you know what time it is. Please go here. www.etiennesin.com/screamschool. I took the time and put this video in audio version so you could take it around and listen to. Also, if you're interested in my music, please check in on my latest project with Jordan Blake entitled The Legend, The Leader. It's a collaboration EP that we're going to be releasing at the end of February, early March, so please stay tuned for that. If anyone is having specific problems, please don't hesitate to hit me up on Facebook or hit me up on my email at etiennesin@gmail.com. I'll get back to every question that you guys ask me, or even hit me up right here on YouTube. www.etiennesin.com/screamschool. Go there, please.